overcrowded graveyard, the scream will rise. Ghoulmates Entertainment presents Not Another Spooky Podcast.
Welcome back to Not Another Spooky Podcast, where we serve freshly popped horror reviews filled with blood, guts, and spoilers every Monday after a new horror movie drops. I'm Mandy Spooks.
And I'm Rabbit Loves Horror, and we're here to remind you, theaters are not dead, one bloody popcorn bucket at a time.
Whether you love going to see every single horror release or you want to hear all the reviews and spoilers before spending money at the theaters, we've got you covered. The front half of the show never has any spoilers and will warn you when it's time. Today we're grave digging into Hell of a Summer. If you ever want to know what film we're covering next, you can tune into Not Another Spooky Podcast on Instagram on Wednesdays to see what you should watch that weekend. To set the vibe for this episode, we're going to start off with a little game of Bone, Marry, Slash. All right, so this week is definitely a little less weird than last.
Yes, this one is definitely a little bit more manageable, but still a little weird.
Weird, yes. You guys tell us. Maybe we'll leave a poll in the Spotify option, like the Spotify platform. You guys can go there. Even if you don't listen on there, download it. It's free. And then you can go comment at the bottom. Do you want us to keep this segment or not? Because we did get feedback. It was weird, but also we had fun. So
yeah, I got feedback. It was a little weird, but also it kind of like helped break the ice and kind of get the juices flowing, I guess you can say.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we went with the vibe or like the theme of this week's movie with masked killers. So we have the Blissfield Butcher from Freaky, the Grabber from Black Phone, and Babyface Killer from Happy Death Day. Do you want to go first or toss it to me? Because you went first last time.
I'll go first this time just because I think I already have my mind made up. Okay. So I'll go first. So let's start with Slash. I don't know, for some reason I like to get that one out of the way. But I'm going to slash the Grabber from the Black Phone. That man is just demented, and I think he should be put down. So, I don't know why he's kidnapping all these children. Well, he should be treated like wood. But yeah, I'll slash the Grabber right away. I'll bone the guy from Freaky. What was his name again?
Blissfield Butcher.
But the actor?
Oh, Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. So yes, Vince Vaughn, very tall, very husky. He's very masculine. So, you know, one night with him, it could definitely be fun. But I think I'm going to have to marry the Babyface Killer from Happy Death Day. She's cool. You know, she just has a grudge against someone, and that's something I can understand, and I think we'll make a good match.
You're going to spend your life hexing people?
Yes. How about you?
Okay, so for me, I would slash the Babyface Killer. I don't know, just not vibing. I'm like, I already have enough pettiness in me. I don't think I need like someone else to indulge in it, you know? Uh-huh. And then for Bone, I'm going to do the Grabber from Black Phone. You're right. He's pretty demented, so it could go either way, like really great or really bad. My smutty readers get it. The girls get it.
Just judging you a little bit right now. Just a little
know.
bit.
I can feel it. It's okay. I'll take it. This is a new era of being unapologetically me, right? So one night is enough, I think. More could be pretty terrifying. And then Mary was such an easy one for me. I love Vince Vaughn. I don't think you knew this about me, but I have like a low-key obsession with him, so I could definitely marry him, even if he's as evil as he is in this film.
Yeah, that's news to me. I did not know you were so infatuated with Vince Vaughn, but the more I think about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of see it. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like you said, he's like tall, brooding, and handsome, and like kind of angry. I don't know. Like he just seems like a cuddly teddy bear deep down. But I don't know why in this role, I get the sense that he's kind of like dirty, like literally dirty, not like, oh, dirty, you know? Yeah. So I feel like we would need to shower him often.
Could take a shower
him a nice
first.
little manicure. But
he's
yeah,
very
definitely.
grungy, yes.
Yes, for sure. All right, let's get into some
Haunted housekeeping.
All right, we first wanted to start off by saying thank you so much to all of you who tuned into the first 2 episodes and reached out about how excited you are. We are definitely excited too, so it's very reassuring to see that the excitement is kind of like coming in waves now from all of you.
Yes, I agree. Once I saw the Discord messages pop up, I'm like, oh my God, they're liking it. Okay, good. I feel better.
Yeah, that was like, whew. It's hard with podcasting because you don't get that like immediate satisfaction of like views on Instagram or comments even because the platform's so different. So it means a lot when you guys reach out. All right. Well, I have a really big update that I have been dying to share for months now. So I have been hinting that we've been working on something way bigger behind the scenes, and I announced it officially yesterday on Instagram. So I'm super excited to share that your new favorite spooky corner of the interwebs is finally here. MandySpooks.com is now haunting on the World Wide Web. I can't believe I just said that.
Woohoo! That's so exciting.
Yes. This is your official spooky oasis, a nostalgic, joyful escape filled with Halloween news, horror fun, spooky recommendations, and creator spotlights. Basically, it's everything I love about spooky social media without the real world dread of doom scrolling. I'm talking to you, Monica. But here's the thing. I designed it to be experienced on an actual computer. And I did this intentionally because I wanted to create a nostalgic experience where you can immerse yourself in a place that purely brings you nothing but spooky joy. So the world has definitely gotten so stressful. And let's be honest, social media can be amazing 1 second, and then you get hit with news you weren't mentally prepared for or a person venting about it all. Como dice Abraham, it's exhausting. So I really just wanted it to feel like those early O's moments when we'd like log into the family computer, play Disney Channel games, take Cosmo quizzes, even like the MySpace days. Like life was so much simpler those days when we just like used a desktop computer or a laptop. So I just want everyone to be able to get lost in those fun internet vibes again and bring that really like nostalgic, calming feeling back. My dream is that you'll make yourself a cozy cup of witch's brew or a Bloody Mary if that's your preference, like Rabbit, and throw on a blanket while you browse MandySpooks.com. But if you don't have access to a computer, don't worry. You can still read all the spooktacular content on your phone. It just won't look quite like you woke up in 2005. I have poured my heart and soul into this project, and I'll be adding more posts and interactive activities very often, probably weekly. And the best part is that you get all the best of spooky social media and Halloween news. And I have always loved this community, and that still stands true today. So you will see the blog also has spooky creator spotlights so that way you never miss the creators who are making my spooky little heart flutter too. And this is truly just a space for all of you to discover new spooky media, lifestyle inspiration, and creators to live your best spooky life too. So if you've been wondering what I've been brewing, this is it. And you can head to MandySpooks.com to start exploring. And don't forget to bookmark it because I have so many surprises coming your way. You can browse the menu and select Halloween, horror, or lifestyle at the very top to see the latest blogs I'm conjuring up for you. So this is your space now, Ghosters. Let's live our best spooky lives together. And I guess back to the show now.
Okay, and I just wanted to take this time just to give you a huge congratulations because I know you've been working on this behind the scenes a lot, and you've kind of been teasing it here and there, but to actually have it, out and ready to go, that's very exciting. So congratulations, and I'm so proud of you on getting this out.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like, go ahead.
and yeah, I got a sneak peek of it, and yes, it does feel like an old school vibe you get. There's like a countdown in there. There's like a little articles. So yeah, it's definitely give me that nostalgia feeling.
Thank you. Yeah, it has been so much because I kept like being like, okay, it's close to done. And then I'd be like, but it'd be so cool if we added a quiz to it. Or like, I just wanted to do all these things. My web developer was just like, oh my God, Mandy, just stop already. But yeah, super exciting. And thank you. That means a lot because you know firsthand how much I've been killing myself over it.
Yes, I know.
All right. Do you have any news you want to share?
Yeah, so I guess I'll share a little bit more about my TikTok journey or my shorts journey. So I was originally going to be only doing like horror movie recaps. And I did release the first one. So it was Scream, of course, because that's just one of my favorite horror movies. So I had to start with that one. So I did release that already. But then I kind of wanted to do other little things. And I started seeing more trends on TikTok. And I was like, okay, well, I can start doing that trend. And then I saw another one. So I did another trend. So, so if you want to check it out, it's all Scream themed. So it's all about Billy, Stu, Mickey. And I kind of made some shorts and TikToks about that. But jokingly, I think my account's going to turn into a Mickey Stan account. I don't know. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so pretty. So if you want to catch up with all of my other stuff, it's going to be on TikTok or Instagram at rabbit.loves.horror.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been enjoying it too. It's funny because I, again, still can't get used to the fact that you are a content creator now. So it's really cool hearing you like come back and be like, what if I do this? Or I don't think this worked. And I'm like, finally, I have a friend who like understands my crazy brain.
Yeah, I think you passed on a curse to me or something, because now it's like all I think about.
You touched me and now you're haunted.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually caught it in December when we saw each other.
Yeah, it just took a while to get going.
Yeah. No, but it's all good. I love it. And I'm super excited to see where it evolves as well. All right, Ghoulsters. It's time for our favorite chat of the week, keeping the spook alive.
It's alive. It's alive.
Okay, Rabbit, how are you keeping the spook alive?
So I have my Bloody Mary here handy. It's my second one of the day, but I think that's just going to be the theme every time we record, every time we're going to record this podcast. I'm just going to have a Bloody Mary and just keep it spooky throughout the whole episode. But then also throughout the week, I started playing this new mobile game. It's from an anime called Madoka Magica, but it's about a couple of magical girls who get powers by pretty much selling their soul. And yeah, it's fun. And then when they sell their soul, they get these powers and they become these magical girls. And then I believe to keep themselves alive, they have to go around killing witches. So it's a crazy, weird kind of horror game, but not really, because they're all very cute magical girls. But the theme, I think, is pretty dark. So that's how I've been keeping the spook alive. What about you, Mandy?
Oh, that's cool. You said it's on your phone?
Yeah, it's a mobile phone game.
Interesting.
You could download from like the App Store.
I don't really know anyone who like plays mobile game. Obviously, it's really big because they keep expanding, but I couldn't get into it. So I'm excited to hear that you're really doing it.
No, I have another mobile game that I'm very obsessed with, but it's not spooky or anything. But no, mobile gaming is pretty big right now, and I don't know, I'm getting kind of into it.
Cool. I might have to check that one out. I wasn't ignoring you, by the way. Sorry, I was just like, I want to talk more. So I am drinking the Alani Witch's Brew. It's the last one I had in the fridge, but I was like, all right, if there were any day I needed it, it'd be today. So yeah, it's really cool. It has the like candy apple coming out of a skull and stuff. The ghouls love it on Instagram. I was supposed to also have a Bloody Mary with you, but I didn't do my homework apparently.
There's always next week.
Yeah. I'm very happy that the website is ready finally, because I finally have time to relax again. Next weekend, I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself. But I did watch some movies, and I'm proud of that because I haven't relaxed in a while. We watched Heart Eyes and Terrifier, honestly. Okay. Yeah, Rabbit knows behind the scenes I've been very resistant towards watching Terrifier. Yes. So Heart Eyes was surprisingly, both of them were the opposite of what I expected. Did you watch Heart Eyes?
I have not seen Heart Eyes.
Okay.
But it looks cute.
It was okay. I was really surprised. I thought like this movie has Mandy Spooks written all over it, and it's actually really similar to Hell of a Summer in some ways. Not like what it's about, but just like why I think it wasn't as good as it could have been,
Okay.
without saying too much. And then Terrifier, full disclosure, me and Mr. Spook started it like years ago and immediately stopped it after the restroom scene because we were just like, this is garbage, basically. Like, we really just thought it was going to be like just a gross film and not good. I kind of vibed with it. I was really, really, really surprised that I kind of liked it. And I kind of get why it's become so viral. So I don't know. I might become a Terrifier girly. I'm really surprised by this one.
Yeah, this is very surprising for me too, because I know you were not into it for the longest time. And I did like it. The first movies was, I guess, disturbing, I guess you can say. The bathroom scene's gross, and the whole upside down girl, that whole scene is just like, what is happening? But I guess some people really like that, and they like the gore, and they like pushing the boundaries. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool story, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't think it was one of my favorites either, but for sure, like, now I feel like, okay, I have like quite a few positive things to say about it versus before I was just, and that's why I told Mr. Spooks, I'm like, we need to watch it before we really decide we're not gonna say like we like it, you know? So
Right.
I'm glad we did it. And now I really want to watch the rest of them because I'm curious, like, do they get better since they had more money, or did they stick to like the quality? I don't know. I have so many questions about it, and now I
Yeah.
want to watch them.
I've seen the second one. I haven't seen the newest one where he's dressed as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I don't even understand that storyline, how he gets into the Santa Claus suit. But I did like the second one. The second one was kind of cool. It kind of took place in a carnival, and that's how like it all went down in a carnival. So that was really cool to see. And then like the main girl kind of puts on this really cool costume, and I don't know. That's what I liked. I like the dress up. I like the carnival. But yeah, maybe I'll check out the third one soon.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. And this is why I love having the blog now, because I'm like, okay, well, we're talking about new movies here. My channel's a little more spooky cute. Where do these random things come up? Oh, I'll just write a blog about it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. And then the Megan 2.0 trailer dropped this week. You were the one who messaged me that it was good, and I was like, I haven't even watched it yet.
Yeah, I was on TikTok during my lunch break, and I was just scrolling through TikTok, and then I saw it, and I saw the whole thing, and I immediately messaged you. I was like, you need to go watch this trailer now.
Yeah, it was so good. I loved what Michael said, how it was definitely made for the gays, girls, and theys. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Yeah, that was so clever. I'm like, there's some marketing in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really good. So I'm excited about it. I didn't really love the first one, but I think because I went in expecting it to be something different. So I'm looking forward to rewatching it now that I have like that those expectations aren't there.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this one's setting the tone of this is going to be fun. This is going to be campy and like murderous, campy, funny vibes. And I feel like the first one didn't really advertise that way. It was more like, oh, it's like a killer doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one went full in. This is going to be fun. And it looks so good. It looks so funny.
I know. I'm so jealous of all the people getting their life-size Megans. Have you seen them?
No,
Oh my
that's
God,
terrifying.
they're selling the doll. I want one so bad, but they're like $400 or $500.
Oh my God. Just like those people that have the actual not life, I guess life-size Chucky dolls and the whole family. Like I don't know. I still feel weird about having that life-size doll in like my house or like my
That's
apartment.
funny. I want them so bad. I mean, look at all my killer masks. But
True, yeah,
I
you
want
could
them
add to your
so
collection.
bad. Like, I don't know. It'd be different if they were like true stories, like a true story,
Yeah.
like they originated from a true story or something. I wouldn't get a used one either though, because I've considered that. I'm like, what if I just get them off Facebook Marketplace? I'm like, no, what if they're haunted? But I don't know, it'd be cool. Mr. Spooks also said no to the Megan thing, and I'm like, it would be so cool. Like, I could put her in the seat when we're Halloween hunting and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Dress
She'll
her
just be
up
staring
in a
at
little
you
spooky sweater.
in a onesie.
Yes, I love it. Oh my God, I need it. Guys, if I start a GoFundMe, will you help me get a Megan doll?
I will, because that's terrifying.
Think about it though. She'd pay herself off with all of the Google AdSense. Like, people would love watching those videos. Take me, Megan, to
Honestly,
the park today.
Okay, you're making a good point right now. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Labubu craze, so it's that little scary doll, but I saw a TikTok of this guy going to Disneyland with a full-sized, not full-size, a bigger size Labubu in a stroller, and he was pushing him around Disneyland with a stroller. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you can make some good content out of that.
I had to look that up. I had no idea what you're talking about. It's a little...
It's like a little monster.
This little, like, stuffed animal rabbit looking thing?
Uh-huh. Yeah, so they're usually maybe, like, I don't know, 6 inches big, I'm thinking. I haven't seen one in person. But then somehow this guy got, like, a large one that was maybe, like, maybe 3 feet tall. I don't know. And yeah, he was pushing it around in a stroller. So maybe you could do the same thing.
That's crazy. Yeah, I really want one. I just don't have the funds. So I'm like, maybe this could become a community initiative. And then we could put the Mandy Spooks headbands on her too. Like, she's definitely going to come to life and be like, bitch, yes. Stop trying to make Mandy Spooks happen. I'm Megan. It's Megan, yes. Bitch. Boom, boom.
Hold on to your vaginas. Yeah. You could bleep that out. I don't know if you could say that.
Well, technically, it's a real word.
Okay, good.
I was thinking that too. I was like, would I get in trouble if I'm like openly marketing this? No, it's a real word. Let's be adults. All right. Do you have anything else for this Keeping the Spook Alive?
No, I'm good.
All right, Ghoulsters. It's time for the spoiler pack segment of the show. So if you don't want spoilers, this is your final warning to pause and come back and hang out with us once you've seen the movie. What popped into theaters this week, Rabbit?
So this week, Hell of a Summer dropped, and I'll give you the quick summary. Hell of a Summer follows 24-year-old camp counselor Jason Hochberg, who arrives at Camp Pineway thinking his biggest problem is that he feels out of touch with his teenage coworkers. What he doesn't know is that a mass killer is lurking on the campgrounds, brutally picking off counselors one by one. And the Rotten Tomatoes audience rating or the popcorn meter, is at 54%, which I think is kind of high. And then we'll get into the cast. I don't know a lot of the cast, but I guess the main person from this is going to be Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. I could go into the rest, but I don't think I know anybody else. But I think the main guy is just Finn Wolfhard and Billy Brick. So they're both the actors in the movie and also the writers of the movie and also the directors of the movie.
Yes, and I think the only other actor I knew was Adam. I don't know if it's Pally or Polly at the very beginning. He's only in it for a couple of minutes. Oops. This is a spoiler. Sorry. He's only in it at the very beginning, but he is from Mindy Project, Happy Endings. Like, if you guys are fans of this actor, you definitely know him. So I thought that was kind of cool. All right. Did you have any, or do you want to go first? Should I?
I guess I'll go first. Okay. So I guess the first things I want to say about this movie is that it was very slow. Like, I was waiting for it to ramp up, and then I would get excited. I was like, okay, it's ramping up. And then it would just fizzle out. So it was like, it felt like it would start to create some tension. You're like, okay, it's getting good. And then it just like stops out of nowhere. And then you're just like, okay, well, I guess we'll just wait for the next ramp up. And that was my feeling throughout the whole movie. And it just never really paid off for me.
Yeah, that's fair. It's funny because we were talking before we restarted recording. And I was like, Karma heard me say, you're not going to talk shit about movies. And then it was like, all right, you want to play that game? We're going to test you on the second episode of this show.
Yes.
That to say, though, like I said, I'm not going to like bash the movie. I think there were very few redeeming qualities about it. But the more research we did, the more we started to piece together why we think this film just wasn't as good as it pretend or advertised to be. So first I want to lead with, like you said, this movie is directed and written by, what is his name again? Finn Wolfhard. And his best friend who played Bobby in the film is Billy Brick. So these two kids, calling them kids because I'm definitely not their same age. We also didn't double check how old they are now. But when Finn was 19 years old is when he started pitching the film. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw like kind of like a little fact or something that when I was researching the movie was that Finn Wolfhard was looking to sell his movie or the script when he was 19 years old. So I'm pretty sure they wrote this movie when they were teenagers. Yeah,
and he's 22 now for reference. So he's still a kid compared to me.
Yes, they're children to me.
Yeah. So it makes sense that they're definitely not experienced enough or haven't lived through life enough, I think, to just be able to piece together a really good story. He did talk about how the film was to, like, his goal was to reintroduce the blend of genres and recontextualize it for a contemporary audience. And I can see that, but I think what happened with the film was it tried to be funny and horror, but it didn't fully lean into enough of either of them, that it just was boring, for a lack of better words. Like, it was really slow. Some of the funny parts were funny, but also like extremely campy, and the movie wasn't like good enough to balance out the campiness of it. And then the horror, like the scenes had potential, but they always ended up like falling flat.
Yeah, most
I don't know
of the
how to
kills were
explain
off screen.
it. Yes, the actual kills were off screen, so they did a good job with, like, I guess practical special effects and showing them afterwards. But I don't know. Like, there were parts where I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. I respected, like, as far as a contemporary audience, it's funny because halfway through, Rudy was like, these characters don't make any sense to me. And I was like, because they're supposed to be Gen Z characters. So, like, this is like the next, what is it called?
The next generation.
The next generation of horror. And maybe we're too old to resonate with it. But I feel like they didn't lean into it enough. Sometimes, like, as I've been working on screenwriting, I start thinking, like, is this too on the nose? And I'm like, I think it needed to be more on the nose for it to be clearly a Gen Z audience type film, because I really loved I thought it was really funny how they killed the girl when she was considering eating real meat, the vegan. Like, I was like, okay, that's clever. That's pretty funny. Like, you're going to die because you didn't withhold your values. And even the peanut allergy, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Like, you've never seen this, like, making fun of the guy who was making a big deal out of his allergy and stuff. I was like, okay, I love the cleverness of this, but they just didn't deliver on it. Like, they showed them prepping for the allergy kill scene too, but they never really showed him do it. They just alluded to it. And I'm like, this film was already rated R. Why didn't you just go all in on it?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely feel they should have went in on the joke of people have with, like, the younger generations. It was like, oh, we're too PC, or you always want to, like, say the right things. So I definitely feel like they had, like, a good idea. I just don't think it was, for me, it wasn't executed well. But then I kind of made a note here where I'm like, maybe I'm not the target audience. Maybe this just wasn't for me, made for me. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the younger generation does find this more enjoyable. Maybe they thought the jokes were funny. I only found a few of the jokes funny. The main, I guess the most funny parts were the ones that were shown in the trailer. But I really liked the Ouija board scene when they were like, how did you die? Or like, who are you? And there was like, and I don't even know.
Yes, the IDEK.
That one was IDEK. That one was a really good joke. So yes, that was good. And then I also like the other part where the medium girly, like the spooky girly, she gets stabbed and she's like, oh, finally. And then she just drops dead. So there were some good funny parts in the movie, but I just feel like they should have, I don't know, just went a little bit harder on the funny or on the gory. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. It needed to rely heavily on one of them. One of the other scenes that I did also like was when Bobby says, like, he brought bear spray and they're like, it's not a bear. And he's like, I know what happened. I threw a tofu burger and he ate the burger and got so mad it was tofu and now he's angry. I'm like, okay, that's really relatable. Sorry to my vegan and vegetarian girlies, but it was funny.
Yeah, that was a funny part too. But I just, like, there was only just a few things and it just didn't make it up for the whole movie. But I did want to ask you a question. So I know I brought up the Ouija board stuff. Have you ever done or played Ouija before?
No. Have you?
No. Would you?
I don't think so. I've literally talked to Mr. Spooks about how, like, I don't even want to risk having scenes like that in our films. Because I'm like, what if we do something freaking bad? I don't know. It scares me messing with it.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I'm always like, it's just a board. It's just a game. But then if it was like right in front of my face, I don't know how I would act. Like, would I be intimidated to do it? Or would I feel you're pressured into doing it? I don't know. I go back and forth. So I think I'm on the same page with you. It's like, I want to try it, but I don't want to risk it.
I know. For sure, I would never do it in my own home.
Right, yes.
But then it's also like, what if you just do it in a place that has really bad energy on accident? I don't know. Or also, I've always heard that you're just supposed to respect it and make sure you say goodbye at the end. But
right. Yeah,
I'd
probably have to watch like a couple YouTube tutorials or something. Like how to do Ouija. And then go from there. But then even I'm like, I don't know, do I want to risk it? Because I've never really experienced paranormal activity in my life. So I don't know if I'm like closed off in a sense. And this is kind of just like an open it. And then after I do this, then my whole life is just going to be haunted after that. So I don't know. I'm scared.
Maybe just don't do it before you see me.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me again. So I actually did it in my bedroom.
No.
Because I will say, I did think about Bloody Mary all week when I went to the restroom at night.
I'm sorry.
Every time I turned off the lights, I was like, I only did it once, so that can't trigger anything, right?
Yeah, she won't come. She needs the other two verbiage to come in and get you.
That would be a really funny movie scene. Like if someone's coming out and then someone comes back in and turns it on and then leaves immediately. And I'm like, don't do it again. But yeah, we digress. But no, I've never done it. But I was actually thinking about that a lot when I was watching it. I was just thinking like, would I ever do it like for the camera? Because I do anything for the camera. I'm a freaking, I don't know, I'm a Leo at heart, obviously. My friend once sent me a meme that was like, would you go in and sleep inside a haunted house for $1 million? And she was like, hard no. I was like, as long as it's being filmed.
Now that I could do. I could go in a haunted place and sleep, but then if they mix in the Ouija board, then I'm like, okay, maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be interesting. I feel like there was something funny. Oh yeah, the IDEK is what you had said was funny in that part.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. Oh, also the killers. Rudy said he lost interest because he actually was enjoying the film more and he thought it was funny. But he said as soon as they revealed who the killers were, again, he was like, it lost like its intrigue to him. Yeah,
I don't know how to say this because in the beginning in our intro episode, I said that I don't like bashing on films and I'm very lenient with my ratings and I do appreciate like the movies are made and they have to tell a story and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like they kind of stole the storyline from the different Scream movies and kind of just mixed them all together and then put it in a camp setting.
Yeah.
And then made the movie. So I felt like the killer reveal was very Scream. Their reasoning behind or their motive for the kills was very Scream did it. So I just didn't feel like it was anything original. And I didn't think it added like a different perspective or anything.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I also was like, it feels like Scream with the two killers, the boy and the girl and wanting fame. And so I don't know. It just feels like the more we learned about how, like, who made it too, it just kind of felt like, let's just go ahead and support this film because of the Stranger Things craze. I think you had kind of alluded that. And I don't know. I think also I want to say just because I'm very firm on not wanting to bash films doesn't mean you can't. So you feel free to say whatever you need to. But like I said, I don't think it was the worst film I've ever seen. And there were points where I was like enjoying it, like you said too. I just definitely was like, there's a lot to learn from it for sure. Especially like it's so hard to balance on the nose things, like especially as when you're wanting to write camp, like campy horror and stuff. For me, I'm a very campy person. And especially with like wanting to do horror for women, I also balance on that, like, is this obvious enough that it's commentary or not? And like when like it's really hard to find that right balance of like it being funny and then also being like, we get it. You're a woman screenwriter, you know, like, so this movie was a good lesson too, as far as like, sometimes you do need to be a little more on the nose for it to land. Yeah. So it's challenging for sure.
Yeah. I guess one thing I did want to add, like kind of like rewind a little bit, is that all the kills were off screen except for the gay guy. And I thought that was kind of suspicious, a little homophobic. I'm just kidding. But I was very confused. Like, why were all the kills off screen except when they kill the gay guy and they chop into his head? I'm like, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Maybe it was like the easiest one they could execute on screen. I don't know. I'm
just joking, but I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, I'm honestly just confused on why they didn't show them more, because usually it's like, okay, I get it. Like with Megan, speaking of, I think this conversation is going to come full circle. Megan wasn't good because they didn't make it rated R. Like the theatrical release wasn't rated R. And then the one at home, like the streaming one was, so they added more gore to it. And I think with this one, it's like, what was your reasoning behind this? Because it's not like you were trying to keep it from being rated R. Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of things just didn't land. And that's kind of also, sorry, spoiler alert on Heart Eyes. If you guys don't want any, I'm not going to share much. But I feel like that's kind of what went wrong with it too. It was like part romantic comedy, part horror. And like every time you were getting used to one, it would like switch. So you couldn't like enjoy it for what it was. Like, interesting. They went too hard on both versus picking one to go more hard on, I think. Does that make sense?
A little bit. I'm intrigued now. Now I have to watch it.
Yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, honestly. But and then with this one, it was the opposite, where like they didn't go hard enough on either of the styles versus the other one went too hard on both. That I feel like you need to find that right balance. So yeah, it was interesting. Any other thoughts?
Yes. I kind of wanted to talk about the reveal also. When they kind of revealed it was two killers. I even thought that was kind of weird. It felt like they saw each other and they're like, oh, you're a killer too. I'm a killer too. Like, you have a costume, I have a costume. It was very weird. It didn't make sense. Like, you have the same mask, I have the same mask. It didn't make sense to me. So that was weird. But even like the last part where they were struggling, the two guys were struggling at the end in the fire. That one guy got aroused because of the kill. Like, I was like, what was the point of that? Like, I don't get it. But I feel like my 2 cents is, if they were going to go off that he gets off of killing, I feel like that would have been a good motive. It was like, oh, he gets off of killing people and then they go and have sex, I don't know, after they do a killing together. So even that would have been even a better motive to me. You know, they could just like, this is a perfect opportunity for us to kill a bunch of people in an isolated place where there won't be no cops around, and we're able to have all the fun we can have, and we can have all the sex we want, and you'll get famous because we could blame it on somebody else. So I feel like that even would have been a good motive, but again, it didn't go anywhere. Like, what was the point of doing that?
Yeah, that's fair. 100%. And I also just didn't really believe it. Like, it just didn't. I was expecting like a backstory to happen of like, oh, they were angry because something happened, or the camp owners that they killed at the beginning, like, had done something to them. I don't know. Like, it just never really went anywhere. And then it also kind of wasn't really like believable that it was these two random teenagers that were doing all this. And then the girl, again, the whole like balancing on the nose versus not, the whole girl like being angry, like, because it's so unbelievable that a girl would want to do this. And it was just kind of like, this was the moment you went all in on the commentary. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. I also wasn't sure how I felt about the costume. Like,
oh, interesting.
I don't know, it just felt kind of generic for lack of better words. Like I was just like, it kind of looks like the devil costume mask we have from Spirit, but bigger. And then like, what's with the red gloves? I don't know. Like, it seems really easy to replicate, and I might, because I have the things. Like, it's so easy to do it. But I was also just like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it seems kind of cool, but also not at the same time.
Yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. It's a little too simple. But I think the makings of like a good horror icon are like for recognizable features, I guess you can say. So like a devil mask and red gloves. So that'll be easy for like anybody wanting to do like a simple costume on Halloween. You just got to get a mask and some red gloves and a black coat or whatever they were wearing, and that's a costume. So, I mean, I didn't mind the costume as much, but yeah. Wah-wah.
That's fair. But would you want to be seen in the costume from this movie?
Probably not. Not with those motives, no.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it's cool. I probably would do... I'm going to check if I have the coat to do it, honestly, because I think it'd be kind of cool to do. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's all the feelings about the film that made me just be like, meh, about the costume too.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts, since you're the one who seems to have all of them?
Sorry. I feel like I'm bashing on this movie so much.
No, it's okay.
But no, those are my final thoughts.
Okay. I just feel like we just didn't have as much to talk about as we did last week, but it makes sense with the movie. All right. Well, with all that being said, it's time for It's Freaking Bats. On a scale of 1 to 5, how many bats would you rate this film, Rabbit?
Okay, so I had to think about this one a little bit, and I had to think about the movies I saw earlier this year or that I've recently seen, and it didn't deserve a 1 star or a 1 bat for me. Only because it has some good scenes, some of the jokes were funny. So overall, it was okay, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Like, I wouldn't say you have to see this movie. So I give it a 2 bats. How about you?
Same, actually. I feel like I definitely wouldn't rewatch it or recommend it. But it wasn't the worst thing to sit through. And I was actually thinking too, like halfway through the film, I was like, I'm really glad we're doing this because it's going to kind of force me to watch things that I wouldn't typically watch and enjoy some. I'm sure some of them are going to be surprises. Like Woman in the Yard, I was excited about. Had I known it was a psychological thriller, I would not have gone to see it. But as the week went on, I kept like quoting it and talking about Ramona and stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe I loved it way more than I thought I did. So yeah, I'm super excited and scared at the same time as we look ahead to the other movies we're covering this year.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
All right. And then now, before we part ways for the week, let's have a little moment of Be Kind Rewind. We're all about the vibes here, so if this film hit just right, here are a few spooky picks you can rewind to match the mood, the madness, or the mayhem. Do you have a pick, Rabbit?
Yeah, so my pick, if you like this movie, then you're going to love Scream 4. It's the same thing, but a little better. It follows the same idea of like, oh, the girl wants fame, but it has more suspense, it has more fun. So I'm going to go with that. Definitely watch that if you want a good time. What's your pick, Mandy?
So mine are TV shows. I was going to go with like typical sleepaway camp, but I'm like, I feel like almost everyone has seen it. And I feel like it's a lot. It's funny because there's still commentary in it, but it's still really good. So I would recommend that if you've never seen it. It's a must watch for horror and spooky lovers. But for the shows, I would choose Fear Street Part 2, 1978. If you want more of the like teenager, I don't know. I feel like Fear Street is more the demographic of this film, since it wasn't so heavy on the kills, you know? And then for a more like scarier, realistic adult version, American Horror Stories 1984. I actually want to rewatch both of those now that we saw this movie.
Yeah, honestly, I will say American Horror Story 1984 is one of my favorite seasons. Like all the seasons now, like American Horror Story right now is just terrible. I think it got canceled or I don't know, but it's just been so bad. But
yeah,
1984 was such a fun surprise that it is, one of my top 3, definitely.
That's awesome. Maybe on an off week, we can talk about those shows. There's so many things we could talk about. I love Emma Roberts, though. I was even thinking that this Hell of a Summer movie felt like parts of Scream Queens also because of the mask.
Yes, it felt like it wanted to be Scream Queens, but Scream Queens was just so much more funny.
Yeah, basically. All right, Ghoulsters, we hope you had a bloody good time hanging out with us today. Drop is popping into theaters this weekend, so we'll see you here next Monday with our freshly popped horror review.
And remember, keep cinematic horror alive on the big screen and go see something spooky this weekend.
Until next time, sending you ghouls and kisses.
Bye.
Ha 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 ha!